We all know, because I have mentioned this to anyone who would listen, that my goal at the minute is to go to the Cheerleading World Championships. We also know that I filled in on Revo, a level 6 Worlds team, for their February competition. Now since then I have continued to train with them, and a couple of weeks ago I had the chance or choice of joining them and competing with them on the Worlds mat. Now don't get me wrong, I am thrilled, excited, crying, throwing up at even just the opportunity, but in order to take it, there will be a price for it, and it doesn't make it any easier. It reminds me of this quote: the price of knowing what you want to be is becoming it. And I know I want to be a world's athlete, yet that doesn't make the choices and sacrifices one must make to get there any easier. Firstly, the time I'm investing in training is so large that my availability and mental capacity for my personal life has diminished. And also, with knowing so close to them happening, it means that I have to let down those closest to me and ultimately bail on plans that we had made. Plans those that were made during that break, because it's my only cheer break during the season, given that all coaches end up going to Worlds. The repercussions of my choices are felt at the gym, in my personal life, on my body, honestly, for better and for worse. And more than that, obviously, they affect the lives of those closest to me, which is, in my opinion, the price of discipline. Yesterday I had 4 hours of cheer, and in the last half an hour I rolled my ankle, and I was just so annoyed. And I am still so annoyed. It's not even that bad. It's not that the injury is very bad. It doesn't stop me from walking. My ankle is not super swollen. It's swollen, but not too bad. I've seen a lot worse than this. But it's just, there was just no need. Yesterday I went shopping as well. I got some more hair gel. This is new. I've never tried this, but I'm wearing it for the first time today. And then I'm very excited about this. I got a couple of hair ties, and look how thick these are. So thick. And then there's some thin ones for when I do plaits or braids, and I'm really excited about this. And also I got some tape, funnily enough, which I will be needing today. I am training every day until Saturday this week, so I was hoping that I'm good to stunt. But let's see. I'm gonna take my tape. We're gonna tape my ankle properly. We're also gonna wear a brace, like one of those thick ones that basically is a ski boot. Ideal. That's what I'm thinking. And we'll see how it feels. And then I'll ice it again when I come back home. If it doesn't feel good, I'm gonna have to stop. I'm just so annoyed. There's no need for this fucking injury. It's not even that bad. That's the issue. It's not even that bad. If it really hurt a lot, I would be a lot... anyway, don't want to talk about this. But if it does hurt, I'm going to stop, because we have competition in 3 weeks. And as I said earlier in the video, Worlds in 6 weeks. So I need to wrap myself in bubble wrap after that. Now I think I'm being so dramatic about everything, but it is my last day on my period, so give me a break. It is feeling dramatic. I am very pissed off about the situation, not gonna lie. I've been elevating it as much as I could, which is not that much during my workday because I work at a desk, so I'm sat down. But I've been icing it for 20 minutes every hour. I think I've been very good with that. So hopefully I don't feel much pain. When I come back home, I ice it again, and we feel good for tomorrow. Tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. What can I say? What a great start to this vlog. How cute is this? My friend even brought me this ice pack that I can reuse, so I can stop using random vegetables. I went to training with all the faith in the world that I would be flying. Did not happen, did it? With it being taped and with the brace being so strong, I really can't feel my bases when I'm flying. It's almost like my foot is loose and my bases no longer grab it. So I didn't fly. There was a lot of watching tonight. I'm a little bit disappointed. I have 2 more trainings, so I have training tomorrow, training on Wednesday, and I was supposed to be having open gym on Thursday and Friday. Those 2 have been cancelled. I haven't cancelled my Saturday one yet because I genuinely think I'll be good by then, but I'm just gonna talk to everybody so they know what the situation is. Just a bit disappointing, to be honest. Let's go ice this foot before bed and I'll see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday today and I woke up with such a will to live. Let's be honest, this is probably because I'm not on my period anymore, but also my foot feels so much better, like huge improvement. It's not perfect, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how it's gonna be tonight at training, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm just starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if you've ever had this before, but you know when you have a blocked nose and you kind of get the feeling that you're never gonna be able to breathe again? That's where I was with my foot yesterday, and I know I was being dramatic. However, I really thought, oh my god, am I ever going to be able to cheer again, or am I going to be able to cheer again quickly enough for some of the goals I have at the minute? So the fact that I feel a lot better today, it feels completely different. I can point my foot, which I couldn't do yesterday. It just doesn't hurt at all when walking. I feel like once I tape it, I'll put my cheer shoes on and I'll be able to do minimal 2-foot stunting, but I'm still very excited about the progress. So I feel like if I have a chill session tonight, tomorrow I'll be back stunting, which is great. I still think that the break for Thursday and Friday are going to be a necessity, just to make sure it's all nice and neat before next week, so I don't get just injured on top of an injury. But my spirits today are a lot lighter, I feel a lot better, and I'm very excited for training. Today is just 2 hours, so it's going to be a bit quick, and it will be a good experiment of how I'm feeling. Got home. I did not wear the brace, I just taped it to the nines. Let's take these off because honestly they're also squeezing my foot too much. Oh, it just feels so good to have circulation on my foot again. Anyway, let's see if it hurts a lot tomorrow. Hopefully not, because today worked well enough for me to stunt. There were a couple of things that were like watered down or taken out of the routine just because there was no need to land on this foot for like creatives and things that have been super consistent over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully tomorrow it's not any worse than today, maybe even better a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now Wednesday. I woke up and my foot was still completely fine. It is even more swollen than yesterday. I don't know how this is happening. The less it hurts, the more swollen it gets. I don't know how this works, but that means that I'll be able to stunt tonight. I was really worried that I was gonna wake up and my foot was gonna be worse because I stunted on it last night, but honestly, fine. So I'm gonna ask my friend to tape it again tonight. I'll tape it nice and tight again. I think last night was a little bit too tight because by the end of the session I was like, get this off my foot. Thank you very much. But I think we're good to go. I feel like I dodged a bullet, a big bullet, and I need to be careful because this is not the first time this happens this season. At Showcase, which was in February, I was setting out of something and my foot rolled slightly, the tiniest bit. It didn't even hurt the next day, but I really thought, oh, there's a dead spot on the mat, and maybe there is, but there might also be some weak ankles on my own legs. So my plan for Thursday and Friday is to rest, but after Monday I want to start with my elastic bands to do my strengthening exercises. I used to do this a lot when I did ballet and point work. My feet were a lot stronger at the time, and I feel like with the passing of the years my feet have gotten weaker and they roll because they're very flexible, but they're not very strong anymore because I don't spend 90% of my time on point anymore. So on Wednesday I trained and I didn't have any issues. I did tape my foot quite a bit, not gonna lie, but because I didn't train Thursday and Friday, I was able to get rid of all the swelling, which I was really excited about. And then I trained again on Saturday, which was so exciting, such a good session. It's steak time. I'm gonna take my ear just because I don't want to take my piercings out, and we might be doubling a little bit today, so worked on dismounts, and I also hit 3 new skills: a rewind to the top, hand in hands to one leg, and kick single dismount. And when I got home, my foot was swollen again. That's great. Ended up going to the pharmacy and I got this Voltarol. Now this Voltarol Naturals doesn't have any anti-inflammatory, so it's not gonna work as well as the normal Voltaren or Voltarol, but I'm allergic to most of the anti-inflammatories sold over the counter, and Boots had nothing else I could take. So this is all just natural organic ingredients, which I don't think it's gonna do much. The pharmacist was like, yeah, this is the only thing you can take, but it's definitely not as good as a proper ibuprofen cream, but it is the only thing I can take. So it is what it is. I'm putting a little bit of it on before training. Today is Monday, so we start again the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sprint. But I would say I'm cured. I still have to take my ankle and whatnot, but I would say I got quite lucky.